Hey guys, so I definitely expected this type of day, but this video is gonna be how to survive the chop. Oh my god. So yeah, you'll have your days like you're making the money, but then the market, what we'll try to do is take that money from you, okay? So this is very typical, especially if after very many good days, especially but this is all about resistance and your mentality. And chop days are the best because it really does train your mind, and I'm gonna show you why, right? So it's important for chop days, even so that they're not warranted, right? um so again today, you can see that we did reject off of orange. However, we just didn't like the continuation, right? And I always preface the right shoulder, especially when we form the right shoulder, as well as waiting for the microstructure on the right shoulder itself. And then you take the trade down, right? So I always preface that because that is the best confirmation you are going to get for your position, right? Um, and it applies for both, right? So left shoulder, head, the right shoulder right here, and then on this right shoulder you have a left shoulder, head, right shoulder right here. Then that gives us the move up, right? So your entry would be based on the right shoulder, the microstructure on the right shoulder, right? So that is very important to realize, and that's why I always preface the right shoulders, okay? Because they are arguably the most important in especially in choppy days, right? That means you have to wait for the bigger structure, and you just don't take any trade that like, or any structure that you see, right? So for example, what's the best structure I can show you, right? um for example, which one that I can show you? There's a lot that happened. Okay, so especially this one, right? So right here, right? So we have the orange right here, the left shoulder here, right? Head right here. And look at this. On this right shoulder, um, you see how left shoulder, head, and then this right shoulder didn't form, right? And didn't give us that break right here that we needed to break all the way down, right? And close the inverse cup here possibly, or even push down to so much to close the inverse cup right here, right? And then grab the liquidity, right? And then head down, right? So you can see that because there was no microstructure of a right shoulder on the right shoulder itself, right? That's why um, the market didn't push down, right? And then also that the fact that there's so many algos are fighting with each other, blue, right, purple. Um, so you did have to be careful of that. But another a good entry right here would be actually left shoulder, head, right shoulder right here, right? You can see the clear right shoulder right here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder on the microstructure. That gave us the move down, right? All the way down, closing of the inverse cup, right? However, you noticed we had that huge bounce, right? We broke out of the orange right here, and we started reclaiming the levels, right? And then we broke above purple, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder off of purple, right? This microstructure of a right shoulder, and then close of the cup right here, right? So that was also very important. And then for days like these, since they're range bound, I definitely recommend taking profits at the top, right? Um, um, as well as the bottoms, right? So you have to be really careful on range bounds because you don't want to miss out on profits trying to hold or um, to wait for example, right? I did this today. I don't know why I did this, but so after this inverse head and shoulder, which did form today, right? So we had a left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So this formed the inverse head and shoulder, right? So after we close this cup right here, right, the handle, right, um, great push up, great entry right here, and we also tested the high right here, right, the cup level right here. And what I was doing is just I wanted to wait for the handle right here, right? But I should have taken more profits, and I've lost out on a lot of profits by trying to hold. Um, I should have waited for the next structure. But yeah, that was one of the mistakes that I made today. Um, but yeah, so eventually you do want to wait for the bigger structure, right? Such as this cup closing, right? The handle, right? That we did form at the end of the day, right? So you can see how, um, so you can see at the end of the day, right? We closed this cup, right? And then we were just in this handle algo right here the whole day. So you can see the blue algo, we were just within that, building the liquidity, and then we just ran out of time at the end of the day, right? But we did form the left shoulder head, and then we need to close another cup right here, then have another microstructure with blue, left shoulder head, right shoulder off of blue, and then head up, right? The target is going to be the yellow right here. That's the tapering yellow that we are going to test, and make sure that you take profits from there. So we can have like a essentially 4 point move tomorrow if we are headed up, or depending on where we open as well, right? But we can also head down, right? If the market decides, right? So I'm going to show you that. But yeah, it's so easy to overtrade on choppy days because you don't realize the context, right? But you do like to even short this, right? You want to wait to at least um, the close of the inverse cup right here, right? And then the handle, left shoulder head, right shoulder right here, and then enter on the microstructure of right shoulder, right? And then test blue, for example, right? So you just have to be very careful. You just have to be very patient, especially, right? Waiting for the big structures to form, because you just need that one trade, right? Especially within the bigger structure, right? Like for example, this trade right here, um, essentially this is what you just needed, right, to make your day today, right? As well as this trade right here, that the right shoulder right here off of purple, right? um, Left shoulder head, right shoulder right here. That's all you needed, right? So yeah, so it's very important to be patient so you don't lose out on the money, as well as you don't end up red for the day, right? um, so that's pretty much it. But yeah, so if you're headed down, we have the first left shoulder head, right shoulder off of yellow, right? We might close the inverse cup pretty aggressively, then build a liquidity off of yellow, right? So who knows what the market does decide, or um, how the market does grab the liquidity, right? So we also, and just make that, right? So I'm going to show you that in the 30-minute. Right? So the market can left shoulder head, right shoulder right here. If it grabs liquidity from here, that's fine, but it can also just close the inverse cup right here, then go for the liquidity grab. And because what's happening right now, I'm gonna also add that. I don't know why I don't have it right here, right? So I have it. I'm so dumb. Okay, right here, right? So the market can left shoulder head, right shoulder right here as well, right? And then the microstructure off of that, and then close the inverse cup right here, right? So there's many ways to go down, right? So be patient, and we are also in this selling algo. I'm gonna actually draw. Hold on. Right, so we're in this controlled selling, so you have to be very careful and manage that risk to reward pretty well, right? um, so even if you short this, right, left shoulder head, you want to wait for the liquidity to build first off of orange, the right shoulder, right? um, Take it with teal as well, right shoulder off of teal, and then take it down, right? And the target would be the bottom of this red, which is the support, right? So that's what we should be targeting, and that's gonna give us basically from here to here would be almost an 8 point move, right? So just be careful. So there's many ways to go. The trade still hasn't happened, right? So we need to wait to see what the market does decide to do. We ended up in a so you need to pay attention, because we did end up with the cup, and then we are kind of consolidating right here. So we need to see if we break up above orange tomorrow, right? And then close the cup right here, especially then retest orange, left shoulder head, right shoulder, and then test 20-day, right? Then grab liquidity off of 20-day, which is going to be right here, right, with blue. Then close the cup right here, right? So yeah, so pay attention. There's a lot of way to go if you're headed up, but you can easily from here make a 5-point move tomorrow, right? Up, right? So yeah, wait till tomorrow should be a good day. The market built the liquidity it needed today, and tomorrow should be a pretty good day. Oh, wait, not tomorrow. Oh my god, because tomorrow's a, oh my god, Jimmy Carter, man, you just ruined it for me. But yeah, so tomorrow is Jimmy Carter's. Uh, it's just a federal one federal day they're taking off because of Jimmy Carter's passing. So tomorrow we're not trading, but Friday, okay, Friday, we are gonna come back strong. We are, yeah, pretty much. So see you guys Friday. I don't know why I forgot that. Is that embarrassing? All right, I'm probably gonna. Nah, who cares? I'm keeping it real. Okay, see you guys tomorrow.